This is the final legal talk for 2024, and Thabiso Tshukudu from Hahn Hahn Attorneys joins us. He's a candidate attorney at the firm, and we recently asked on the LinkedIn page of Hahn Hahn Attorneys, do you know that non-compliance with the Financial Intelligence Center Act, that's the FICA Act, can attract fines of up to 50 million rand for companies? 32% said, yes, I know, but the majority, 68%, said, no, I didn't know. And I must be honest with you, Thabiso, I am one of the 68% who didn't know.
Well, I'm glad then that you are hosting this podcast today so that we can all be illuminated in this regard.
Yes, please educate us, Thabiso. We'll start with the basics. What is FICA?
FICA is it's an acronym for Financial Intelligence Center Act. And in fact, it is a legislation which aims to assist in identifying the proceeds of crime, also assist in combating money laundering activities, the financing of terrorism, and the financing of the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. And what it does furthermore is that it establishes the Financial Intelligence Center to combat money laundering and financing of terrorism.
Okay, and what specific obligations does FICA place on accountable institutions?
All right, the first thing that it does is that it places an obligation on accountable institutions to register with the Financial Intelligence Center within 90 days of commencement of business activities or that of that particular accountable institutions. Now, this involves a wide range of companies, including and not limited to financial institutions such as banks, but also law firms as well. So it places so each and every accountable. So someone has to go and look at Schedule 1 of the Act in order to find out if they fall within that category of the definition of accountable institutions. Secondly, it also provides for a risk-based approach. In essence, what it does is it makes an accountable institutions, let me say companies. It makes them aware of risks that their companies are exposed to, especially in respect of money laundering, terrorism, and all sorts of illegal activities. Thirdly, there is an obligation for customer due diligence, which says that all accountable institutions must identify and verify their clients. In simple terms, what that means is you need to know what type of business is your client involved in. And lastly, if I may say, there is a list on the website of the Financial Intelligence Center. That list contains names of people that are on sanctions or that have been sanctioned. And what it does is, if you want to comply with with FICA, you have to have a look at that list and see that are any of your clients on that particular list. This is a list of basically people who are involved in unscrupulous activities. So those are, in essence, the obligations that are placed on accountable institutions.
And what is the penalty for non-compliance with FICA, Thabiso?
So in respect of fines, you have up to 10 million rands for natural persons. Natural persons could be directors, it could be CEOs, they could be held personally responsible for non-compliance and could be charged up to 10 million rands. And for companies, it is up to 50 million rands of your annual revenue, so to say. And secondly, it is imprisonment, obviously depending on the seriousness of the non-compliance. If I may make an example, Ian, Volvo was fined, I think about 2 years ago, Volvo was fined 5 million rands for non-compliance with the Act. And recently, there is a law firm called Kunene Rampala Incorporated that was fined 7.7 million rands for non-compliance. And in particular, the two fines which stand out in this particular case of Kunene Rampala Incorporated was the failure of the law firm to screen its clients against that list of sanctioned persons. And it was fined almost 4 million rands. And another penalty was failing to implement its risk program, and was fined also about 3.8 million rands. And there's been many other fines. Fines for 50,000 rands, there's fines for 20,000 rands. But what I can stress at this particular moment is that compliance with FICA is crucial at this current moment. South Africa was grey listed. I think it was in 2021, 2023. I can't remember exactly. And so there's been a concerted effort from authorities to make sure that we get off that grey list. And one of the things that is important to implement is compliance with FICA.
Yeah, with those fines, it sounds like they don't play any games, hey?
No, absolutely they don't. And I don't think anyone wants to find themselves personally liable for up to 10 million,
Oof.
or for a company 50 million, or even imprisonment in serious cases.
Definitely not. And on that note, we wrap up Legal Talk with Hahn Hahn Attorneys for 2024. Thabiso, you're the last one out the door. Thank you so much for your contribution this year as well. And I really hope that you're going to have a fantastic and blessed festive season with your loved ones.
Thank you very much, Jon, for the opportunity. We really appreciate it, and we hope you have a lovely festive season. And we'll see you next year again with all these podcasts and all the great work that you're doing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And yes, see you next year, Thabiso. Thank you.
Are you or your business in trouble and struggling to find a solution? Call Hahn Hahn Attorneys as we assist clients in finding solutions. We specialize in consumer and food law, commercial and construction law, forensic investigations, and administrative law. Visit hahnlaw.co.za. That's HAHN. We assist clients nationwide. Hahn Hahn Attorneys, because we care.